Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another exciting edition of Sports Fellas Daily Updates. You will check out Russia's proposed World Cup for non-qualified countries, of which our very own Super Eagles is part. The legendary Mikel Obi has made some interesting revelations about Nigeria football, the Super Eagles, and our very own Eric Sekuchel. You will check out some interesting updates from the camps of Ebenezer Akinsanmiro and Benjamin Frederick. Before I proceed with the details of the stories coming up, quickly let's do it together. If you're new on this platform, subscribe to the channel, hit on the post notification bell for more updates. Let's show love to this platform and video by liking and sharing to other social media platforms. My name still remains Solomon Kwadwo-Asante, your only nomenclature with engineers philosophy in sports, a Ghanaian who has declared his full support for Nigeria sports with a Nigerian name, the only one, Solomon Chukwu Emeka. Please do also leave your decent comments in the comment box for special shoutouts in my subsequent videos. And no more, straightforward, let's get into the video and start from the camp of our very own Super Eagles. There are rumors that Russia have proposed World Cup for non-qualified countries that didn't qualify for the 2026 FIFA World Cup tournament at USA, Canada, and Mexico. And for my aspects, to every rumor, there might be an iota of truth. So I needed to cross-check and see whether we have some authenticity or genuinity about this report. And according to La Dicairo Di Mario, one of the sports journalism outlets in Argentina, it is true that they've proposed this World Cup, but it is unofficial, of which Russia is having clear motivation of organizing or proposing this World Cup tournament for non-qualified countries or countries that didn't make it to the 2026 FIFA World Cup tournament. And these are their reasons. They want to reclaim their visibility and to challenge their footballing isolation. We all know that they've isolated themselves very long. For the past 5 years, I stand to be corrected, 3 to 5 years, they've been out of football in terms of the ones organized by FIFA. And they also want to signal that the country Russia can retain their infrastructure and also they have the capability of organizing major tournaments. So these are some of the reports and their motivations of organizing this proposed World Cup for other countries. And names floated are China, Chile, and Cameroon from our very own Africa. And we also have Venezuela, Peru, the Super Eagles of Nigeria, Armenia, Greece, Serbia, and the host country, Russia. So this is the latest report coming in about this proposed World Cup from Russia. Whether countries from Africa will accept to participate or feature, it remains uncertain because they are also contemplating about FIFA legibility issues as to whether it's out of the FIFA window and they are going to participate. They also have to get whatever it is due them based on it's going to clash with the 2026 FIFA World Cup tournament. And they also be having this diplomatic consideration as looking at how intensive things are with Russia and other countries when it comes to things not being in that order in terms of peace. They'll be contemplating about to get to know whether they'll be participating or not. But this proposed World Cup, the bits of it is that it remains unofficial at this moment. And that is the latest coming in about how things have transpired so far with respect to Russia organizing World Cup for countries like Nigeria, our very own, to participate. Away from that, let's talk about the legendary Mikel Obi. Mikel Obi has spoken out. And according to him, it's big humiliation that the Super Eagles, 2 consecutive World Cup, you didn't make it to. Talking of Qatar 2022 World Cup and the 2026 World Cup at USA, Canada, and Mexico. Why should you even call yourself the giants of Africa football? In fact, if you are giants of African football, you should be at the 2026 World Cup tournament. And he also highlighted on the point that came out from Eric Sekuchel with respect to Voodoo being part of DR Congo's victory over the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And according to him, he was just trying to find some excuses for the defeats. And it's quite ridiculous for Nigeria football and Eric Sekuchel as a whole. Let's enjoy these updates and exciting moments from the very own legendary John Mikel Obi. I'll be back with more interesting and exciting updates about Nigeria football.
So going forward, where do we go from here now? What is done is done. A disaster. A big disaster. Let's not make a mistake about it. It's a big disaster. It's a humiliation to the nation. It's a big humiliation.
2 World Cups.
International wise. 2 World Cups in a row. And we call ourselves the Giants of Africa. Let's not kid ourselves. We're not the Giants of Africa again when it comes to football. Let's not kid ourselves. Because the Giants of Africa should be in the World Cup. Twice in a row, we failed to qualify. Twice in a row, we failed to qualify. So where do we go from here? Yes. We have AFCON coming up.
Yeah, it's only a month and a half
Exactly,
away.
a month and a half ago. A month and a half to come. We have the AFCON coming up. We have to regroup. We have to go forward because we have a huge tournament coming up. We have the AFCON coming up. It's a huge, massive tournament coming up.
Does winning it help the mood?
For me, I don't think winning the AFCON will make up for what has happened. I don't think so. Because the average Nigerian, a Nigerian fan, we all Nigerians, we want to see our country in the world, in the biggest stage, competing with the big boys, competing with the big countries, competing with the top boys playing in Europe. That's where we want to see Nigeria. That's where we want to see our country competing, measuring ourselves with the best where we at. And twice in a row, we have failed to do that. That's where we belong. The World Cup is where we should be. We should be competing in the World Cup. So for me, I don't think, that's my personal opinion though. Winning the Nations Cup, does it make up to what we've done, the failure that's happened? Responsibility as well for this situation.
And the manager, John, I've got to ask.
And the manager as well. Honestly, for me, the manager,
you know what I'm going to ask you?
I don't know the guy. I can't say much about him. You know what I mean? So for me, for him to come out at the end of the day,
I know where you're going.
after the game saying, oh, it was voodoo.
Oh.
For me, it sounded like someone who's you know, how can you say that we lost because of voodoo? That the guy was throwing something and it was voodoo going on, water, whatever it is. For me, that sounded like a man who's, you know, has nothing else to say. We're looking for excuses. Mate, if voodoo works in football, do you know how many World Cups Africa would have had? Do you know how many World Cups we would have had?
All of the winners of the previous World Cups would have all been African.
I mean,
right.
What an excuse.
It's ridiculous.
What a ridiculous excuse that it was voodoo. I mean, when I saw it, when I heard it, I couldn't stop laughing. I mean, I was so angry about the result.
But then you see that.
But then when I see that,
come on.
That's the lamest excuse you can come up with. That's the lamest excuse. Voodoo.
I'm just
like, I mean, if you're watching football, you know how many people would have been winning stuff?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
just flick it and it works.
Throw out some water.
Throw out something and it works.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, we would have had, I don't know, God knows how many World Cup.
You would have won them all. You would have been a 4-time World Cup winner, John. Sorry.
So for me,
so these are really interesting from the legendary John Mikel Obi. You should share your candid opinion, the honest one indeed, in the comment box as to whether you align with his words or not. You should share yours so that you get to know how best it is for Nigeria football. Things are not going on well. We're not qualifying for the 2026 FIFA World Cup tournament. I think this is not the best moment for this AFCON to soften this big blow. Do you think, let me also ask this question, do you think we're going to make impacts in the 2025 AFCON tournament will soften this big blow for the Super Eagles? You can also drop your comment because it's not easy. Things haven't been easy for Nigeria football at this moment after missing out on the 2026 FIFA World Cup tournament. Now let's talk about our very own Benjamin Frederick, who has this revelation for Nigeria football through the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers. He started his journey from Nigeria, Simoben, a club being owned by Moses Simon's wife, from Nigeria to England to Brentford youth side, and from Brentford on loan at Dender FK, a club in Belgium. With the latest reports coming in, Benjamin Frederick has become subject of interest for top European clubs, and the dominant ones are RB Leipzig and same as Brighton and Hove Albion. As for Brighton and Hove Albion, they are contemplating of bidding £5 million for the services of Benjamin Frederick, who is on loan from Brentford Football Club to Dendel FK in the Belgium Jupiter Pro League. So that is the latest coming in. The next transfer window is a winter transfer window, or the January 2026 transfer window, as to whether it will materialize for Benjamin Frederick to leave his club side, Dendel FK, a club that is on loan from Brentford Football Club. It remains to be seen how this will develop in the coming days. Whatever it is, I will apprise you with the latest from the camp of Benjamin Frederick with respect to his latest transfer. Let me also end this presentation from the camp of Ebenezer Akinsanmiro. I have spoken extensively about this player, and as Eric Sequichel is contemplating of adding me up to the final mass squad for the 2025 AFCON tournament in Morocco. With the latest coming in, this one is from SofaScore. They've made this analysis and statistics, and with respect to the analysis, they've ranked him to be part of top 10 under 21 players in the Serie A this season. This season, he has played about 11 games. He's yet to score, but he has assisted once from Pisa Football Club. He's on loan from Inter Milan and is performing. Looking at how calm, composed, and intelligent in progressive football his paths, and looking at the rating based on the average they give out, he's on the top 10 list, who is on the 8th position, which is quite interesting from Ebenezer Akinsanmiro. Briefly, let's check out the top 3 on our screens. Nico Pass, he's having the average of 7.51. Jacobo Ramon is having average of 7.29. You also have Juventus Kenan Yildiz, who is having average of 7.27. And Ebenezer Akinsanmiro, when you have to go through the list, he's having the average of 6.91, meaning he's also performing. And I think his services for the Super Eagles, especially in the midfield, there is a player who predominantly plays as a central midfielder. He can play as an attacking midfielder and as a right midfielder. We need some of these players in our midfield because we are not okay with our midfielders. When you take out Wilfred Ndidi, Alex Iwobi, and other midfielders, Rafael Onyedika, who are the other players coming to compete massively for the Super Eagles in the AFCON tournament. And there's the time you have to introduce players like Ebenezer Akinsanmiro into the midfield. With the possibility of him making that of our final cuts for the mini tournament in Morocco, it came out that it was due to injury. That was the main reason why Ebenezer Akinsanmiro didn't make the final cut. But we have another hurdle, and the task ahead of us is to make impact. The last time for us in the AFCON tournament was we coming home with silver medal. This time around, we have to go ahead, and going ahead meaning you have to go out with the ultimate, winning the 2025 AFCON tournament. This is something that they can use to stop seeing the big blow that you've been through during the 2026 FIFA World Cup tournament qualifiers. That is it, and this is the best moment for us, the Super Eagles. I will come back with all the exclusives surrounding the 2025 AFCON tournament. We have less than 30 days, and a lot will be transpiring from our camp with respect to the players going to represent us. And that is it. Drop all comments in the comment box. I was being supported by my hardworking chief editor, Emmanuel Kwame Asiedu, and my amazing graphic designer, Dominic. Before I take a leave of you, let me give special shout out to these amazing commenters under my previous videos. Special shout out to, let me check the name very well, Adesina Akintayo, I do appreciate your support. Emmanuel Neo Ashibuogu, I do appreciate your support. Special shout out to Kelvin Marvel, I do appreciate your support. Special shout out to Edward Oluogun, I do appreciate your support. And Anna Rimasela Fomari, I do appreciate your support. Pastor Obina, I do appreciate your support. Special shout out to Emmanuel in the comment board. God richly bless you. Special shout out to Taofika Yakini. I do appreciate your support. Mickey Berry, I do appreciate your support. Elijah Michael, 6836, I do appreciate your support. Special shout out to Zenith Properties, I do appreciate your support. Ejin Okpala, I do appreciate your support. Special shout out to Kingsley Maduagu, I do appreciate the support of Mafaruk Abola, I do appreciate the support of Clifford from Clifford. We have Westy, I do appreciate your support. Pastor Vitus, I do appreciate your support. Mickey Berry, I do appreciate the support. And other commenters under my previous videos, I do appreciate the support of each and every cherished viewer on this platform. I was being supported by my hardworking chief editor, Emmanuel Kwame Asiedu, and my amazing graphic designer, Dominic. Let's meet in the next one. Until that, we are out. Bye-bye.